Thank you for accepting our invitation for a brief interview with you.
Yeah.
My first question is, what's your view of the Prespa agreement and the Prespa process after the signing of the agreement?
Well, it was a really big step. It was a big step, especially for the people here and the government. But it was also a step for the Greek government. And for me personally, it was a sign of hope. A sign of hope that even big problems can be solved if both sides are prepared to find a solution and to give in a way. And I would say it's also a big sign of hope for the European Union, because it shows that you need leadership. And the Prime Minister and others, and Mr. Tsipras, showed leadership, taking a lot of risk as well.
But you're drawing from the people that they're happy with the agreement. Recent polls in Macedonia suggest that about 60% of the citizens in Macedonia do not accept the new name, and are unsatisfied that after the signing of the Prespa agreement, we still didn't have invitation for European Union.
I would say there are two things. The one thing is maybe some need a little bit more time to accept that something they didn't like now happens, and it would be much easier for the people to accept that if the European Union would stick to their words and would be credible. And that means that the first intergovernmental conference should happen now. Now, you know that this is not possible because of our rules in the European Union, which are really not foreseen, obviously not for so many member states, because I think it's a absolutely no-go that we always have to wait for the very, very last to accept.
Would you consider the European Union as a victim of nationalistic agendas, such as the Bulgarian agenda?
Well, sometimes it is like that. I wouldn't say this generally, that I think is not the case, but there are some points where we really cannot find a common way, because we have to wait for the last one. And if Mr. Orban, or in this case now Bulgaria, have their special thinking, we are a bit lost. And this is the reason why in this conference for the future of Europe, that will play a very, very important role to change that.
Because could the European Union accept such such a way of behavior from Bulgaria, even so they know that they are losing their support from the strategic partners such as the US. We heard what Mr. Palmer had to say now, and we heard what Mr. Edward Joseph had to say about the European Union now, and about the confidence that they have as the United States of America in the European Union.
Well, I agree with what Mr. Palmer said. I'm not 100% agreeing with Mr. Jason, because it's easy to say it's about respect and so on. It's also about rules, and we have rules which have to be changed, but therefore you need a majority, and even worse, you need all. And we have to come out of this trap, and I really hope that the discussion now starting on that very clear. Also the German foreign minister made it clear that this will bring us to a solution, to rules that allows us to be serious and credible.
I'm gonna change the subject for a bit. Mr. Edward Joseph said that the United States have a list of evidence about corruption going on in the Western Balkans and also in Germany. So is there truth? But he added that neither did Germany nor Bulgaria or Macedonia or any country in the European Union or in Europe asked for this kind of evidence. Is it true that for Germany?
I have no idea. Maybe he has such a list. I don't know whether this list is true or whether it's just a guess, or I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, we won't enter in speculation zone. One last question, and this is a personal question. Would you change your identity and your language just so you can become a member of the European Union?
Of course not.
Thank you very much.
Because, if I may say this, we have a very good slogan for the European Union: united in diversity.
In diversity, of course.
And that means that we have all to speak one language, or we have to discuss our own identity. No, this is the absolutely wrong way, and I'm sure that a lot of Bulgarian politicians know that as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fлекенштајн.
Thank you.